Alright, welcome to the morning live stream. April 21st on a Monday. We're getting TikTok started up over here. Oh, how's everyone doing? Welcome. Just getting everything set up here. I got this video clip to play for you guys. Excuse me. Of Donald Trump during the... I thought it was fake. There's a video of Donald Trump talking about the house that he's at that he seemed to can't remember the name of. And the whole thing is like, the people say it's the tippy top. The tippy top is what people call it. It's like, what? You mean the White House? Oh, the White House? He totally forgot. It was crazy. The Pope actually died. I learned through a meme. That's crazy. Stock market down again this morning? That's crazy. Down $1,000. Damn. Now get ready for them to start saying the stock market going down is a good thing. Yeah. Yeah, awesome. Awesome. Now today it's good the stock market's going down. Tomorrow it might be good it's going up. So let's keep that in mind. Morning everyone. Welcome to the show. If you guys want to go ahead and double tap the screen, comment, interact, help get some people in here, would appreciate it. That would be swell. So we're just going to be testing out the flow of morning lives and seeing how it's going. And what we're planning on doing with that time. 1 second. All right. Never seen you on this early? I mean, I've done some coverages where it's been like 6 o'clock in the morning, but that was like important stuff going on. So, yeah. So yeah, I saw this video of Donald Trump. So I'll play that for you in a little bit. I couldn't believe it, actually. I thought it was fake. I thought it was AI. I swear, I thought it was AI. It was so painfully stupid. That's kind of like just living in America nowadays. I think we should start making up headlines for Trumpers to respond to. That might be like a really good, really good thing there. Really hilarious. Anyways, if you guys are over on YouTube, want to hit that like button, would appreciate it. If you guys are over on TikTok, go ahead and double tap that screen, comment, interact, help get some people in here. We could take some debates this morning if anybody's willing to hop in. Otherwise, we're going to cover some news stuff and this video. So, there's also news breaking this morning that Pete Hegseth, or actually last night, Pete Hegseth may have to resign from his role as Secretary of Defense because of the chaos that it's causing within the Pentagon. Apparently there's more signal leaks that may be reported on this week. There's a news article that indicates that some other news agencies are working on his signal leaks, and there's more to it. So he may be getting in more trouble here. But overall, he's just creating chaos within the DOD, and it's not looking good for him. So we'll see. See how it goes. Jaden. Nice.
Hey.
What is going on, Jaden? Good morning.
Did you have a good Easter?
I did. Did you?
Nope. All my plans got goddamn canceled.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I wanted to tell you guys this because Baby K made a hilarious observation, which was he right before he goes to bed, he's like just going a mile a minute. It took me an hour and a half to get into bed. He's excited for the Easter Bunny, and he goes, "Day, one thing's for certain: the Easter Bunny is not very good at hiding candy or eggs, but
he's right.
He's really good at hiding baskets." I was like, that's a pretty funny observation for a 4-year-old to make. But he's right.
Yeah.
Easter Bunny's pretty trash at hiding eggs, you know? Definitely my kid.
True. None of the lore makes sense to me. Like, does he lay the eggs? Does he steal them from chickens? What's his deal?
I wish.
Kind of an
Honestly,
asshole.
yeah, I kind of wish we could clear that lore up, because it's a bit terrifying if you think about it. You know,
Right.
we gotta find a bigger. They're like, so Jesus walked out of a tomb one day. Anyways, there's a bunny that
And
delivers
that's why
shit to
we
your
paint
house.
eggs.
And there's a bunny that
Make
delivers
sense,
shit to your
Jimmy?
house. Big oversized bunny, yeah. Yeah. It's a great. Anyway, have you seen? You saw the video I sent you last night of Donald Trump? I'm gonna play that in just a
Yeah,
second.
what was that?
The tippy top. Some
Okay.
might call it the White House or a building or something else we don't know.
He forgot what the name of the White House was. So let's get this going here. Hold on. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was fake. I thought it was fake.
Welcome.
I'm gonna go and scroll forward here.
Also, I want to thank the White House Historical Association and all of the people that work so hard with Melania, with everybody to keep this incredible house or building or whatever you want to call it, because there really is no name for it. It is special. And we keep it in tip-top shape. We call it sometimes tippy-top shape. And it's a great, great place. It's an honor.
Whatever it's called. Nobody knows what it's called, frankly. I mean,
Nobody knows what the White House
it's
is
really
called.
anyone's guess.
We just call it. I call it tippy toppy shape. That's what I call the White House. That's crazy. Oh my god!
Oh yeah, his Easter message. Did you catch that?
I did see that. Really quick, the Easter bunny in this. Someone said in the comment section, this Easter bunny in this thing is literally everyone in America listening to this, where it's just like the Easter bunny doesn't move the whole time. I think it was planned. It's not called the White House, Jaden. It's called tippy toppy shape.
In tippy-toppy shape.
Do you have
On our
his
tippy toes.
do you have his Easter
I
message
do.
pulled up? Okay.
Yeah. This is sad.
Happy Easter to all, including the radical left lunatics who are fighting and scheming so hard to bring murderers, drug lords, dangerous prisoners, and mentally insane and well-known MS-13 gang members and wife beaters, capital B, back into our country with a capital C. Happy Easter also to the weak and ineffective judges and law enforcement officials with the capital O who are allowing this sinister attack on our nation, capital N, to continue, an attack so violent that it will never be forgotten. Sleepy Joe Biden purposely allowed millions of criminals into our country, capital C, totally unvetted and unchecked through an open border policy that will go down in history as the single most calamitous, that's a big word for me, act ever perpetuated, another big word, upon America. He was by far our worst and most incompetent president, a man who had absolutely no idea what he was doing. But to him and to the person that ran and manipulated the auto pen, perhaps our real president, and all the people who cheated in the 2020 presidential election in order to get this highly destructive moron elected, I wish you, with great love, sincerity, and affection, a very happy Easter. What the fuck?
God, he was sitting there raging for a minute. Good lord. It's like, you really need to keep the elder boomers off of the political posts on Facebook, He basically is just a Facebook uncle with 1 million followers.
Yep. Just put the phone down, Grandpa. Just give it to the age.
Just
Write
time to put
something
that
else,
down.
please.
Yeah.
Stop.
And
JD
they're over
Vance
here.
was,
They're always like the party of unity. The party of unity.
Right.
We gotta.
Why
gotta
are we so
unify.
divided?
Why are we so divided? Corey, appreciate the 5 over on YouTube. It's because a bunch of pagan holidays got smushed together with the resurrection, bunnies, eggs, etc. are symbol of fertility for spring. That makes sense.
JD Vance made a quick stop to the Vatican yesterday, shortly before his trip to India to negotiate a trade deal. But he met with the Pope shortly before dying. It doesn't help that the Pope's right-hand man, shortly before that meeting, said to him, "Would it kill you to meet JD Vance?"
You've been thinking about this joke for a minute, haven't you? You're like, there's a joke here. That's a good one. There's a joke here. I know there is.
Yes, he passed away
could
at
you-
88 years old.
Could you imagine if Kamala Harris met the Pope the day before he
it'd be
died?
horrible.
Oh, the conspiracy theories that would be running amok. It would be It would be crazy. It would be absolutely insane. If you guys want to support the channel, this is going to be the morning show. We are going to move news over here. I think I'm just testing out the time slot. So, but there is going to be news over here that's taken. You guys can watch us over on YouTube if you want. If you're bored during the day or don't have access to the replays for the other lives, yeah, you guys can turn this on and see what shenanigans we're up to. But if you want to support the channel, there's a Venmo Cash App in the bio. Jaden has his as well. Or you guys can go sub over on Patreon or YouTube or here. It's a great way to support the channel. I think we have some people in the box. I don't know if we have more news. The only other news really going around right now is that Pete Hegseth, it looks like there's going to be another leak.
He needs to be fired.
That's coming out. And on top of that, apparently Pentagon staff is furious at him. And he's just causing like incredible chaos within the department for seemingly no reason. And so it looks like he may have to resign here shortly if Trump doesn't ask him to already. Which,
We knew would happen.
yeah.
We told you this, but fortunately, they've upgraded to a more secure line of communication. Discord has now become their main line of national security exchanges here.
Because because a kid didn't just get sentenced to like 20 years in prison for that. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
kidding, no, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Oh, Pete Whiskey Breath.
And this time it was his wife and his brother in the group chat. And I said last night, as I reported on this, the spin that Republicans are going to regurgitate about this is, well, she's around him all the time. Well, they live together. She probably hears about it anyways. Well, what's the big deal?
Yeah. I don't know what I know what the legal thing says. I don't know what the sort of in the you know what I mean? I don't know what presidents, what their approach is on that, or what their approach has been with their spouses. Because, like, technically no.
Right.
But could I see that
sure,
they do that?
bedside chats.
Yeah, could I see that they do that? Yeah. Yeah, I could. I absolutely could.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Honey, did you get
could.
those war plans I sent you? No.
Honey, did you get those war plans? Now here's the thing. If you're like in the military or something to that degree, or like you're just a higher up, should you be? No, absolutely not. And you shouldn't be sharing fucking war plans, period. You know what I mean? Like I can understand the president being like, I really fucked up day dealing with people and wherever, and then, oh, so I'm supposed to say that. But like, yeah, no, honey, but tomorrow at 10:02 a.m., we're going to go ahead and attack a bunch of people in Yemen using and then just draw out the thing for them. That would probably be too much. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That would probably be too much. Makes Facebook post war plans. So the Pope died.
Yeah, the race begins for a new pope.
Yeah, which the ceremony that they do, the way they pick the new pope is interesting. But we may get like a regressive pope. Do you know that?
Yeah, it's weird that they
Because-
make them do musical chairs.
Yeah, we may get a regressive pope. Like, you can say a lot of stuff about Pope Francis, that he's bad and everything, but if you look at the line and the trajectory of other popes, he's relatively progressive. Now, again, there's a huge caveat. I'm not saying he's good, but he is, all things considered, one of the more progressive popes that we've had. But there's a lot of backlash to that within the church. Like this isn't that the craziest shit? This guy, this homophobe, you know what I mean? Like, is preferable to whatever idiot they're gonna bring in there. I don't like that, having to make that decision, that determination.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're like, but I know that there is a lot of backlash towards from the Cardinals, not so much from the Mariners, but from the Cardinals. There is a
I
lot of
gotcha.
backlash from them towards Pope Francis. So I guess we'll see how it turns out and which way that they're going to vote. But yeah, we could end up. What was the last guy that had to resign? The,
Roberts?
the last was it who
Oh,
was the
John
last?
Paul?
No, it wasn't John Paul. It was the guy after. He was like a. I think he had ties to
After
the
that.
Nazis, and he also helped cover up church sexual abuse.
What's his face? Old nasty
I don't think I
ass.
can say that on there.
Yeah. Oh, Benedict.
Benedict Arnold. All right. Do we have anyone that wants to hop in? You got questions or anything to that degree? Any questions? We got any debates? I think we'll take a debate. We got some time. So, I wanted to talk about the Supreme Court, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Supreme Court is signaling that they're not going to put up with Trump shit. An Easter return the flight type thing is a crazy. I think that a lot of people are like, the Supreme Court's going to. But no, the Supreme Court, like, their want list, their agenda is outside of Trump's authoritarian nightmare. They don't support him, they just support what he can do for conservative beliefs. But if he starts to deviate from that to where it's going to undermine them entirely, yeah, and it looks like they're signaling that. A lot of people think that they're going to, uphold the birthright citizenship thing. I don't think that at all. I don't think that's going to happen at all. I think that would be insane for them to do and would immediately undermine them as a court. So, but we do see like hints of them being like, yeah, we're gonna put and stop this, that, and the other. Obviously, there's the two nut cases on the court, Alito and Thomas, but it looks like they're gonna, for the most part, stand in the way of him doing really egregious shit they know is unconstitutional. I just want to point out, if you're a Republican, you can't defend this. Your
Nope.
own conservative court is telling you, that he's wrong. And what's been the response from conservatives online? Dismantle the Supreme Court.
Mm-hmm. Ignore the
Right.
ruling.
Ignore the rule of law.
Just say that it's in our favor.
Right. And you see these, by the way, this is fascism. This is 100% fascism. This is what we talk about when we talk about fascism, is undermining these institutions. And it's not just that, it's obviously authoritarianism too, but this is like, when we're talking fascism, this is what we're talking. And you watch the Supreme Court and you see the response online, and it's like, you have guys going, if they're not going to do what's obviously constitutional, then we should get, they decide what the Constitution is. We may disagree. We may not like that, right? There's instances that Republicans praise that Democrats largely hate, right? Roe v. Wade would be a good example of this. And that doesn't bother them. They can't understand why we would want to undermine the court in that regard, or why we would be upset with the court. But the moment it happens against them, get rid of it. That's an acceptable response. Get rid of the Supreme Court. That's acceptable. But if I got up here and said, well, they have a ruling I don't like, we should stack the Supreme Court, they would lose their mind. Why? Because it's whatever benefits them in any point in the argument. So I think that their Republicans are definitely going to target the institution of the Supreme Court. We'll see how it plays out. But you can't be a Republican and justify this. You can't. Either you support the Constitution or you don't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
We got some folks. This guy looks fun.
I think Doug is not a debate. He is asking a question. You can.
Okay. Yo.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm
What
well,
is
and
going
yourself?
on, Doug?
Doing great. I think the overall issue here, and I agree with you totally, the Republicans can't defend this. But I think the overall problem that I'm seeing across the board is enforceability of these judicial actions. Trump ignores them So, what is their next move? What is the move that they use to enforce him? The Supreme Court has given him uh, essentially what looks like unqualified immunity in reality. And so they basically have painted themselves into a corner by giving Trump all this immunity. Trump can just say, "Well, I'm acting as in furtherance of my executive privileges." And how do they argue against that? But moreover, like what do people like Boasberg do when Trump ignores them? How do they enforce the orders that they have put forward against the Trump administration?
Yeah, that really becomes the question because so they could technically say, I'm putting this person in contempt. They could accrue fines on them. They could put them in jail. But ultimately, if they were just like, I resign, it's not their thing. So he could just like do some shady shit like that, where he's just, the people that are supposed to be in charge of it resign, and then it takes time, and then resigns, and it would be a nightmare to track them down. But I think they do have power. The question is, what like are the other people that are tasked with enforcing judges' orders, are they going to follow through with it? It seems like yes, but in the instance of like Kilmar Garcia, right? How they
Right?
force him to come back is not, we're not sure. Yeah, there's
Absolutely.
holes in enforcement. So,
Yeah, basically the administration's gambit is ignore and deny and make up some excuse like, well, we can't tell El Salvador what to do, or we can't tell Bukele what he has to do. We have no way of going in there, with the exception of some kind of military force, I guess, is what they're insinuating. Which of course they're not willing to do because Trump and Bukele are completely in league with each other. So, like I said, it comes down to a practical point. How do you enforce it? How do they enforce it? And Trump, I think, is basically just saying, okay, what are you going to do now? We're ignoring you. We're not going to listen to you. What are you going to do about it? And that basically, like I said, I see uh, an extended impasse here. I don't see any real action being taken unless he starts to get pressure from the GOP. And we have seen some cracks in the GOP wall, not significant ones. Like all of a sudden, Mitch McConnell has grown a pair only because he's gone. At the end of at the end of 2026.
Hmm.
So I don't see how Trump is going to be forced into doing something unless literally one of these judges says, "Okay, I'm sending U.S. Marshals to arrest this guy," which is what needs to happen.
yeah, I think that
But
I think that the problem is like there is ways to enforce. Like you can levy sanctions, you can refer them to the bar if they're a lawyer, you can put people in jail even if they won't follow through with the orders. The question is how, like, what degree is Trump going to be able to undermine? Because it does require a lot of unanimity and a lot of people agreeing to say no. Because ultimately, if it's your boss telling you not to do something and a judge telling you to do something, you're going to be more inclined to do what the judge says, regardless of what your boss says. I think it's just how entrenched, and this is why I think Trump's actually going to fail in a lot of his wants here, is because these types of purges, these types of transitions, can take decades in an authoritarian regime, and he's trying to do it in a matter of months. It's just going to create chaos. The purges aren't really thought out very well, and they're not really having the response that they want in the courts, that would allow them to continue to do this. So I don't have a lot of faith that he's actually going to be very successful. I think my fear is that he's going to screw everything up in the meantime and destroy a lot of institutions and harm a lot of people because he makes these government agencies not function, not be able to disperse funds or whatever they need to do. So I think that's my larger concern. But yeah, who's going to enforce it? and I've been watching this pretty significantly. I think that Kilmar Garcia is the one to watch because, like, who's going to force them to bring him back? How do you get him to bring him back? Is a thing, right? Is a judge determined? I don't think you did enough, so therefore you're getting sanctioned. I don't know how that's going to work.
Yeah, like I said, a lot of this just seems to be up in the air. You know, nobody is definitively coming forward from the other side, the opposition side, and saying, okay, here's what we need to do, A, B, C, D. And that's what bothers me about this entire process, is that nobody on the other side seems to be really organized and like, okay, you know, they haven't thought out the chess moves in advance. You know, okay, if Trump does this, we're going to do that. And then if they do this, we're going to do, you know, this. They don't really seem to have an effective strategy. You know, and Trump is infamous for ignoring his advisors, his lawyers, you know, disagreeing with them, saying, no, you know, I know everything, you know, I know what the right thing is to do. You don't know, you know, and that's where the chaos comes in. You know, that he just, you know, he doesn't listen to anybody, and at the last minute, you know, he'll throw some kind of idiotic tantrum and you know, spout a bunch of mumbo jumbo that means nothing, and they're just kind of left out there twisting in the breeze. And I think you're right. I think the judge, the lawyers, you know, who are advising him are thinking to themselves, you know, I'm not going to throw myself under the bus for this guy like so many others before me have done. You know, look at Rudy Giuliani. You know, he used to be Mr. Big in Trump's orbit. Now he's a nobody.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. All right, well, I appreciate you coming in. I'm going to see if I can grab someone else that has a question. And then, Jaden, I think you want to do some content reactions?
Sure.
If we can't get a debate in here.
How long do you have
Either
in
or.
here? Yeah, we got some numbers coming up here.
Well, thank you,
Doug.
guys. I appreciate the opportunity to discuss it with you. And as always, I support you guys.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Take care, Doug.
Okay, you have a great day. Bye now.
You
Right.
too.
What were you saying about the numbers? Yeah. If you guys want to go ahead and double tap the screen, comment, interact, help get some people in here. If you want to support the show, you guys can send over coins. It helps get it out on the For You page. Or you can sub. That would be nice. You can, Jaden's got his Venmo Cash App in the bio. Or you guys can sub on Patreon or YouTube. We're crowdfunded in here. So if you guys want to support, would appreciate it. Sean, appreciate it. Stephen Miller seems to be the brains behind a lot of it. Not much there for brains. Dennis, I mean, really not.
Well, with that forehead, you can see what's on his mind.
You know, more, I don't know. Yeah, what was I going to say? I mean, he's a Goebbels of the administration for sure. Dennis, I'm not trying to make a joke about the situation, but this is literally the plot of an A-Team episode. If only we had an underground those to get him out. If we need an underground group of mercenaries to help get him out.
We got Todd in the box. Let me talk to him.
I don't know that Todd is debating.
Hello.
Hello?
What's up?
Hey
What
Todd,
is
what's
up,
going
boys?
on?
And how's
Yo,
Mexico?
hey,
And I
nope,
did vote
nope,
for
nope.
Trump because
Hold on, your audio
Nope,
is
nope.
not
He's
that
mooning.
great.
He's mooning. He's mooning. Stop.
Oh, I didn't even look.
Trying to ban him.
Oh, was he like mooning or something like
Yeah.
that? I wasn't. I had the mute screen up.
Yeah.
You block him?
Was trying to. It's hard to block and turn the camera off at the same time, you know.
It is crazy that they like. I'm not restarting, but if it goes down, you can catch me over on YouTube. It is really interesting that, like, you know, if you're like a established creator, they'll take you down for anything. But if you're one of those guys, you can just make like 1 million accounts.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hope
I
a
couldn't
mod
see
got him.
because I had the screen up to.
Lucky you.
Yeah. Sorry. I hate this app. Sean, appreciate it. Thank you. If you guys are over on YouTube, go ahead and double tap the screen or go ahead and hit that like button. Would appreciate it. Oh, there he is. Unlock him now. That's weird. It's so weird to me. It's so weird that people just run around and do that. It's so weird. Paid propaganda brought to you by the Soros Soldier. Actually, Soros has missed his payment for the last 5 years. So if you guys want to support and be Soros, go join the Patreon.
That's right.
Or sub over on YouTube. Oh, man.
Ugh.
All right.
Anyone else?
Anyone want to hop in the box and debate?
Is Ellie debating? Been in the box a hot minute.
No, I don't think so. I think people join on accident. I'm just going to clear it really quick
Okay.
and see if anybody's going to join in. Otherwise, we can do some content reactions because Rena sent some over last week. So, did everybody have a good Easter? Everybody had a
No.
good Easter? Jaden didn't.
I didn't even get
mine
elevated.
was all right. Mine was all right. Baby K literally laid in bed for an hour and a half before he fell asleep the night before Easter, and I was like he's just
Oh,
over there
that's nice.
twiddling his thumbs. I had to grab his hands, like, stop fidgeting. He just would not stop fidgeting, and he finally fell asleep, and then he woke up at 7:50. So he didn't go to bed until midnight because he was sitting there twiddling his thumbs for an hour and a half, and he was talking to me too. He's like, Day, do you remember, Day, one thing's for certain. Do you know that, the Easter Bunny, he's not very good at hiding candy and eggs, but he's really good at hiding baskets. Like, he was just coming up with that shit for, for an hour and a half. I was like, dude, go to bed.
He's right.
He is right. But it was like, dude,
Yeah.
go to bed. Stop doing what you're doing. Just sleep. Sleep.
I was
Anyways, he
thinking
woke-
yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Oh, no, he woke up and then he found all of his Easter stuff, and yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. I was thinking yesterday about the Bible as I was talking live. And there's this common notion that humans used to live to about 800 years old in biblical era, and that it's sin. That's why we don't live that long. And really, why would we want to? I mean, you're telling me that in one lifespan, I can be subjected to chattel slavery and Jersey Shore. I don't think that's a fair trade-off. That's horrible. I'd rather die.
Hey, I have someone in the request, but it might be one of those. I
Tread
got it.
lightly. All right.
You block all camera mute.
Yo,
Hello?
So,
what's up?
Hello. I apologize. I'm not opposition, but I'm a super big fan of Jaden. Jaden, I fucking love you, Jaden. You're fucking
Thanks.
handsome. I catch all your lives. Super intelligent. Love you, Jaden. I'm out of here. Drop me down.
Oh, I appreciate it.
yeah.
Jaden, go host a idiot show. An idiot show. And
All right, let's see what we got for Rena's got for funny and stuff. Sure, headlines are the best. Her headlines are absolutely hilarious. All right. Oh, whoops. How long have I been recording that for? Okay. All right, let's go ahead and do some content reactions with Rena's hilarious. Now, improve with Rena's hilarious headlines. These are actually great. Okay, wait, what did you post? Okay. Mega fart sniffer says white Christians aren't coming after LGBTQ rights. Just, oh God, we're children. It is funny that Republicans call me a child, despite the fact that they're super. All their jokes are corny and childish
know.
as hell.
I identify as an attack helicopter.
Homosexuality is a sin. The Bible says it's a sin. I believe in Jesus. I believe the Bible, and the Bible says it's a sin. Just like it says my drinking problem's a sin. We all have our own little struggles, and that's between us and God. But the Bible and the Constitution are two different things. Just because you're LGBT doesn't mean you don't have the right to be LGBT. And as a white Christian man, all the Democrats are going to say, I'm trying to steal your rights. I'm not. And most Christians aren't. Some Christians are crazy. Actually, a lot of Christians are crazy. So I kind of get it. But the thing about it is, let's take religion for example. I'm not trying to nationalize Christianity and force you to be a Christian. You don't have.
What's he yapping about? I zoned out.
About not being super hardline anti-gay, just
Oh
moderately.
yeah, just a little, just a salt bay, you know.
Yes.
I don't have the right to do that. You have the right to decide if you want to be a Muslim, a Jew, if you want to be an atheist, a Hindu, a Christian, and there's a whole bunch of thousands of different Christians out there. We don't need to nationalize me. We need to nationalize you being you, and God designed you to be you, and you have the right to express yourself however you want to express yourself, and don't believe the lie that the Democrats are saying that the white man Christian Republican is out to steal your rights. Be free. Welcome to America, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there's freedom too.
Hey, isn't that the same ugly, furrowed-browed,
Homosexuality is sin.
mediocre
The
white
Bible
man
says
that went to
it's sin.
Disneyland with that hat?
Yeah,
I thought so.
I don't really have anything to say to that. It's pretty stupid. Yes,
Yeah.
Christians are coming after the LGBTQ community. No, it's not just hardline Republicans. What a fart sniffer.
Mm-hmm.
Farmer screwed by Trump keeps digging a hole.
Yeah, I remember him.
Did we
We talked about him, yeah.
Oh, we talked about this guy.
Liberals are
Yeah,
at
his
it again,
contract.
going after.
Okay, so this guy, this is the story. I guess he's posted more stuff. This is the story. The guy had a contract under the the Inflation Reduction Act to build drainage pipes underneath his field. It was supposed to save him money. It was supposed to save, water so that they could recycle it. Something like that. I think that's what the story was. If I'm wrong on that, apologize. But basically, he got money from the government in terms of a check and was supposed to do this. He scheduled the work, whatever. Trump comes in, cancels it. Cancels the contract. Literally outright, we're done. And so he's going, I have work next week to get this done. It's going to cost me I think it was $300,000 the government was supposed to give him. And at any rate, he then goes on to be super shocked and confused because he voted for Trump. He's like, I don't understand. And then he goes through that whole process. And then he comes out the other end still being MAGA, even though Trump just screwed him out of $300,000. I don't know how that works, but he then starts to complain about people that are complaining about their student loan debt and how much it's costing them. And I'm like, dude,
Not comparable.
you just took in a grant. You didn't even have the courtesy to take out a loan. You're going to sit there and complain to people that they have to pay back their loan, like you were complaining that you were just screwed out of $300,000. I'm so confused. The lack of self-awareness. That's you if you had to pay the money back. And he just hasn't got it this whole time. Why are you complaining? I don't understand how you're complaining about people, not being able to pay back their loans when you're literally complaining about, oh, we didn't get the loan, or the grant. I don't get it. It's you're you know what I mean? It's like your buddy that's complaining, they just have their hand out and they take in all the, they're just yeah, give me all the money, all the money, all the money. And then the moment that you're like, hey, can I borrow? No! You're panhandling right now, Jim. Let me get $1.
Trump voters, watch this shit.
So to wish ill on someone and to love the fact that they're suffering, to love the fact that their family is being negatively affected because...
Okay, by the way, this guy, and I think I saw a video where he was praising tariffs, by the way, a while ago, a few months ago. Mm-hmm. Just to be clear, I think I saw a video where he was praising tariffs. Long story short, this guy sells off aluminum rims or something like that. It's a side hustle for him. And he makes a lot of money doing it. He brings in a dozen containers a year, sells them, whatever, makes a bunch of money off of it. But now, because of the tariffs, it's not sustainable for him. He doesn't have the money to cover the tariffs, right? And he's like, I am also not sure if I'm going to be able to sell them. So now his business is at risk because of Trump, and he voted for Trump, and he's getting upset that people are like, best of luck. And now I guess he's trying to defend himself,
Didn't vote the same way that you did is fucked up.
Buddy, I don't know if you're going to see this, and I really hope you do see this, because I am worried about your mental health. Because I know that this takes a fucking toll on your mental health, because these liberals are fucking relentless. They're absolutely relentless. And this is the problem is whenever they were children, they were never told no. And they lost the election because we didn't want, as America, we didn't want the fucking policies that...
What happened when the government told you no? You lost your friggin' mind. lost his mind when the government told him no. And now he's over here like, nobody ever tells you no.
Was putting in place. We voted against it. We didn't want it anymore. We didn't want it, and they lost, and they're sore fucking losers. And so they're throwing a tantrum, hoping that they'll get their way whenever they're not getting their fucking way. So they're going after every Donald Trump voter they can, and they're hoping failure on everybody, because that's the Democrat way. Because if I don't get my way, I'm going to tear apart every single thing that I can in order to make a point. That's the Democrat way. And that's supposed to be the party of peace and love. Unless you don't agree with what they're saying, unless you don't believe in the same things they believe, unless you don't get in line and follow exactly what they tell you to do, then
we're literally telling you that your own policies are harming you, and best of luck because you voted for it. And then when we do that, you turn around and go, they're sore losers for pointing out our policies that are hurting us. What? It would be like... Could you imagine if, like, you warned someone not to do something and they got severely injured or, like, hurt or, like, you know, slammed? Like a kid, when they, like, you're like, don't do that, and they do it and they get hurt. Could you imagine, like, not pointing out the reason that it happened? Like, doesn't mean you need to be a douchebag about it, but could you imagine at least not pointing out the reason it happened? Well, listen, you jumped off the bed there and hurt your back because, you know, that's what was going to happen. I told you that was going to happen. And then be like, how could you tell me? Like, you wouldn't be like, oh, yeah, well, no, there was no foresight to this whatsoever. None. You were as surprised as I am.
Then they're the party of peace and love if you follow all the orders. So I just want to tell you that this will pass. These fucking idiots that are in your comments, they will pass. They will go away. But in the meantime, I hope you make a shit ton of money out of this. Take this opportunity with the audience that you have and blow your TikTok up. I made $5,000 off of this whole ordeal with this whole me voting for Trump thing, and these idiots still keep coming around. They still keep promoting my videos, so make the money. Don't focus on all these fake bots out here that are, I don't know what company's putting it out here, but most of these things are fake on here on TikTok, and they're just trying to stir shit up. But take...
Oh, you made $5,000, you now have to pay to a construction company.
Take advantage of the
Trump screwed
opportunities
you.
in front of you, and check on your mental health. If you need to shut this shit off, shut this shit off. But I just want to let you know, you are not alone, bud. Now, I know your TikTok's blowing up, but if you get a chance, find a couple of those real people on TikTok that are blowing up your shit right now and click on them. And you'll see a trend there. You'll see a trend that most of these people are the people living in apartments that are broke as shit, that are failures in life. And they...
You're a farmer, bud. The only reason you exist is because of welfare. The only reason that you exist is because of welfare. Otherwise, you would go ass up. I'm really tired of them being like, oh, yeah, well, you know, these people on welfare. If you're a farmer, you're on welfare. You should already know this. You got all types of insurance. The government's coming in whenever it goes south to give you a shit ton of money, just like they did you. I'm sick of these. Like, you have any idea how long? Let's put this into perspective. That guy got $300,000 from the federal government. Do you know how long it would take for someone on welfare to collect $300,000 in benefits? What? Like, I don't know. At least, like, it would, I don't know, at least if everybody was on every benefit, it'd be like 5 years. If they had every benefit, it'd be like 5 years or more. If they had just a handful, like 10 years, and you're over here, you got it in one go. And he's over here like, these people on welfare that don't want to work, and none. It'd be really nice if people got subsidized to work like you did. This guy, it's a clown. It's a clown. And they do it. They do the money grab. You know what I mean? They do the money grab. Don't care what other people think. Just keep making the same stupid content. Not learning the same lesson and... Nah. Alright, if you guys want to go ahead and double tap the screen, comment, interact, help get some people in here. All right, we got a little bit more. Jaden got violated, so I don't know what even for. Did it come back yet, Jaden? Is Jaden still in here? Dean, appreciated, thank you. I love how the party that attacked the Capitol when they couldn't take the L call the libs sore losers. They have no self-awareness. I agree. Dean, appreciate it. Can we get some dubs and drumsticks in the chat for Dean? And by the way, I did meant to thank you, Chaotic. Appreciate it. Thank you for the resub with the Prime for 24 months. Appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Devil Jr. shook the hand of the Pope and the Pope died. It's not a theory I'd be upset about if it started. Because they would definitely do it to us.
That was
What was that
lame.
about?
I don't even know what I did.
I don't know. Is it going to come back maybe, probably, hopefully?
No, they rejected it. Now I have a fucking flag. I have a strike on my
Sherry said-
account.
Well, I don't think I'm going to recess. Let's just keep it chill.
I
It's
was.
Shaquille O'Neal. It's Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal. I wasn't even saying anything. We were watching
I know.
videos.
That's what. I know. That's what I. This app is crazy. By the way, if you guys have ideas of stuff that you want for the channel, let me know. Stuff you want in terms of content. Let me know. Norse, appreciate it. Thank you for the 22 months. Appreciate it, Norse. Thank you for the sub over on Twitch, which is free for you guys to do, by the way. All right, do we have... I think we have a debate. Or no, not non-debate. Non-debate. Hello?
Hey guys, just want to say tons of respect to you guys. I was going to ask you, especially you, Jaden, if you guys would mind at all, because I know you do reactionary videos. Do you guys do reactionary musicals? Because I was in a musical for 2 years called F Trump the Musical. We have our musical on YouTube for free.
It's not copyright, right?
It's not. No.
Okay.
I play Trump and I also play Putin for 2 fucking years.
Nice.
So if you guys could, it's called F Trump the Musical, the Annoyance Theater from Chicago. I would greatly appreciate it if you guys want to laugh. It is fucking hilarious, and that's it. I'll take my leave. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll check it out. Fuck Trump the Musical.
All right. Do we have any debates? Anybody that wants to hop in the box debate? I think I'm going to end early because of the flags. I don't want the live to come down,
Okay.
so... otherwise, I would stay on for the remainder of the 10 minutes, but I'm a little bit worried about that. Not worth it for me to lose for over 10 minutes, but is there anybody to raid?
I don't know. I'm not on my main account.
Oh.
Can't tell.
Maybe someone in the box. Really quick before I go, I'm actually changing it. I am going to be streaming. It's going to be odd hours. And Wednesday is going to be the first odd hours. But I'm not sure, like probably during the day more. So, and that'll be for a few days. We'll do that. I'm not sure exactly, but we'll be streaming a little bit earlier. I'm not sure the time yet though, but I'm going to take my portable setup with me. So, should be able to stream. We'll see. I got to set it all up and stuff, but yeah. Yeah, if you guys want to support the channel, please go join the Patreon. There's Venmo Cash App in the bio. Would appreciate it. If you enjoyed the morning live, it's going to be about this long to start, and then we'll figure out, maybe we want to make it longer, go 2 hours. Not really sure yet, though. But, yeah, Jaden, appreciate you for joining.
Thanks for having me. Take care.
I'll be on at 6. Okay, we can get one of the mods to pin it. I'll be live at 6 p.m. Pacific, so I'll be live later tonight, yeah. Yep, and then tomorrow there'll be a day live intermingled there for a couple hours, a morning, and then maybe we'll come back on, or maybe just do a long stay in the morning, I don't know yet. And then Wednesday will be or might be a morning live. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. Go join the broadcast channel. You guys can see it over there when I post, and I'll let you know as soon as I figure out the portable setup. But all right, I will see you guys tomorrow or tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific. Everyone have a good one, and I'll see you then.